Oh, good morning, welcome aboard. My name's King, so I'll be your safari guide this morning. We are going on a 2-week safari, alright? Hope you guys didn't have any plans. If you actually look above you though, there's going to be some animal spotting guides. These are going to help you guys identify the animals out here in the reserve. However, we're not guaranteed to see all those animals that are up there. And of course, I'll help you identify any animals I see as well. So we're going to start our adventure off here in the Little Terry Forest. Animals out here are shy, and they can blend right on with their surroundings. Keep your eyes peeled. Ooh, an animal that's not being too shy over by that tree stump across the little waterway on our right. Does anyone know what it is?
Okapi.
An okapi, you are correct. Where those zebra-like stripes helps them blend right on in with their surroundings when they're walking around the tree lines and bushes. However, they are not related to the zebra. They're actually related to the giraffes. Male okapis also grow horns on top of their heads called ossicones. Those are the horn-like features that giraffe grow. Okapi also have long prehensile-like tongues, just like the giraffe as well. Helps them grab onto any vegetation just out of their reach. Ooh, and I see a couple big animals right up here on the other side of this waterway. All the way up in the back, and then there's one a little bit closer. Looks like they're grazing around. If this one's closer, we'll stop over here for this one. Black rhinos. Black rhinos are fairly solitary animals. They don't really gather up too much with each other, except for at night they will rendezvous to protect one another from predators. It's hard to tell with this rhino here, but the one that was further back, I kind of saw the shape line of the rhino. That's how I could tell you that it is a black rhino, because black rhinos have triangular-shaped jaw lines and lips. Their lips are prehensile too, that way they can grab some shrubbery as well to bring up into their mouths. Not seeing too much else over here. So let's go up and over the hill and see what we can find on the other side. Looks like there's 3 pathways. I'm gonna go this way. Looks like this way is brought us over to a river. Rivers here in Africa hold home to many big animals here in Africa, like hippos and crocodiles. Speaking of hippos, I already see one. It's a Nile hippo. Hippos are one of the larger and more dangerous animals here in Africa. There's actually 2 hippos there. And even more on the left. Oh my, look at all the elephants, hippos. Thinking large animals. Group of hippos are called a bloat. And notice that just hopped out of the water. It's on the island with all those pelicans. That's a white-breasted cormorant. They actually go swimming around underwater to catch their prey, which obviously is fish. And those pelican are pink-backed pelican. Pink-backed pelican get their name from mating season. The skin on the back starts turning a light pink. Looks like the river is getting a little more shallow, so we might be heading up to the base of the river, it looks like. Yeah, definitely the base of the river. Ooh, but at the base of the river, look up here, on the left. I'm not sure about on the right side of the bridge, but on the left for sure, there's a whole bunch of Nile crocodiles. Crocodiles are one of the more deadly animals here in Africa. A single bite from their massive jaws is strong enough to snap bones. Not only that, but crocodiles are cold-blooded animals, so they gotta regulate their own body temperature. And one of the many ways that they can do that, not only just by cooling off in the cold water that they like to swim in, but if that's just not cold enough, they can go up onto the shoreline, open up their powerful jaws, just let the hot air just have to flow right on out. And actually, there's a nice clearing right here. Maybe it might be leading us. Yes, it is. We're heading out to the savannah, folks. Savannas hold home to more than many famous African animals like giraffes, elephants, lions, zebra, and a whole bunch of other animals. Just keep your eyes peeled, and we'll mosey around the savannah for a while and see what animals we can find. I'm already seeing a little activity with some giraffes out here. Giraffes are the tallest land animal in the world. Group of giraffes is called a tower because being the tallest land animal, they just tower over everything. It looks like these are Maasai giraffe. You can tell the different species of giraffe apart by looking at spots. They have different spot patterns. Well, there's some more giraffe over here. Looks like they're closer to the pathway. Get you guys a nice up-close view. We got some rocky formations up here too. So when we get close to these giraffes, you'll be able to tell what I was talking about the messy spots. Ooh, and look on the rock formation here on the left. There's some animals up there. Does anyone know what they are?
Hyenas.
Not hyenas, but yes, they're African wild dogs. One of the more successful hunters here in Africa.
They're very cute.
Hang out here for you guys for a quick moment. Get some wild dogs pictures if you guys want. Instead of going right up and after the prey for the kill, they'll actually run their prey down to exhaustion using teamwork. They're also related to the domesticated dog, however they're not as nice. But here's those giraffes. See what I was talking about with those messy, irregular shaped spots? And notice on top of their heads they have those horns, the ossicones. Have you noticed over by the tree line over on our left, behind this last giraffe over here, never mind, it's not the last giraffe. There's another one over here, but those brown antelope over there, those are sable antelope. They're the emblem here for the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. What's cool about them is when a male sable matures, their coats actually get darker, so like a really deep dark brown. There's a whole bunch of termite mounds over here too. That's these tall dirt mounds that we're passing by. Termite mounds are made from the dirt and saliva of the termites dried out in the sun. Once it's fully dried out, it's actually harder than concrete. Some of the bigger animals like giraffe, elephant, and rhinos, they like to use the termite mounds kind of like scratching posts. Here's a good example of how tall these animals really are. Not just because of us being on the truck from those other ones, but look at all that tall grass just towering right up and over it. Ooh, and over on our right in the bush line, there's one animal in there. At least I only see one of them. That gray animal with its butt hanging out. That's a white-bearded wildebeest. White-bearded wildebeest are one of the larger migratory species of animal here in Africa. They only second to humans. Anywhere from 500 to 1,000 of them will migrate for hundreds of thousands of miles. Here's one of my favorites out here in the reserve. Small little antelope. These are called springbok. On your right hand side, see those little s'mores-like looking animals? I think they look like s'mores at least because you see the brown, black, and white markings. Kind of looks like s'mores. But they're actually one of the top 10 fastest land animals. They can run around 60 miles an hour. And as their name implies, while they're running around, they do spring up in the air. They can jump about 6 feet up and 13 feet forward. Not seeing too much else of animals we can find taking shelter in the shade still. There's quite a few knocked down trees over here. It's a good sign for elephants. Elephants are kind of like bulldozers here in Africa. They use their sheer size and their powerful trunks knock over trees and bush, like anything just to get out of their way. Not the best view, but it is a view. African elephants, amazing animals. You can tell African elephants apart from other elephants by looking at their ears. Their ears kind of resemble the shape of Africa. Now on our left, it's hard to see right up and over on the rocky area there, but there's some monkeys up there. Those are mandrills. See if you can move up a little bit. Maybe we might get a better view on the other side. I'm not sure though. Yeah, that's how you can tell right there. I can see his face. Mandrills. They have a vibrant red and blue marking on their face and on their bum. That's how you can tell they're mandrills. They don't bare their teeth in aggression. They bare their teeth saying, looks like they closed that road off. Looks like there's a mudslide. So we'll go this way. We don't normally take this way. Don't remember why though. And I remember why. It's because they never really want to fully fix this bridge, see? It doesn't even sound that good. Easy does it, easy does it. Looks like they did enough apparently to make us stay up. I'm happy about that. Let's keep going on, see what we can find. Oh look, there's a whole bunch of elephant tracks here. Dust marks too in this red clay. Looks like elephants have been digging in. Elephants will actually eat red clay. It's very nutritious, but it's kind of like a daily vitamin. So we might be close to the herd. So Twende, let's go. See if we can find some tembo. And if you didn't know what tembo means, tembo is the Swahili word for elephant. Not seeing anything yet. Leaves though that often. It's because they like to conserve water in their trunks. See if there's anything over here by the watering hole here. And nothing. Oh no, I take that back. Looks like there's a couple wardens over here hanging out with some flamingos. A whole bunch of flamingos. These are gator flamingo, largest and lightest pink in color of all the flamingo species. When flamingos are born, they're actually kind of gray in color, and over time from their diet of brine, shrimp, and other crustaceous animals that carotene in their diet will actually turn their feathers pink over time. Look at all that flamingo. That's pretty cool. I'm not seeing any more elephants though. We might have just missed the herd. I'm not too sure though. There's a mud hole over here, pretty big one too. Looks like something was rolling around in there not too long ago. Some fresh mud still kind of dripping out on the sides. See if we can find the animals that were rolling around in that mud. I have a good idea, but I don't want to jinx it. I'm not even seeing any tracks coming out on this side, so they must have went out the other side. Y'all seeing anything yet?
See a human.
See a warden up there. Not seeing too much else though. But I do see a Kopi Formation. That's this rocky area right up here. Does anyone know what Kopi Formations are famous for? Lions, you're right. So let's swing around the Kopi Formation, see if we might be able to find a lion or two. I won't be surprised if we don't see any though. The reason being is because lions like to rest about 20 hours of the day. Not only that, but they are mostly active at night. So maybe we might get lucky and one might be taking a cat nap out in the sun. But lions actually use Kopi Formations as kind of outposts, looking over the savannas, looking out for any prey, looking out for their territory, making sure no other prides are taking it over. And of course, it's just, you know, nice little breeze spot too, because there's nothing in your way, and then when the breeze comes by, you just get full-on breeze. Oh, there's a lion right there. We are getting lucky. 2 lions. Oh, there's a 3rd lion up there too. I know it's kind of hard to see right now, but once we can move up, you'll be able to see all 3 of them. Now during the day, lions have just as good as eyesight as humans do, but at night, their eyesight actually becomes 6 times greater. So if you hear a lion but you don't see one, there's a good chance it sees you. Yeah, there's a lion and his lioness, 2 of them. Oh, and I found the mud rolling culprits too. Look on your right. So many rhinos. Those are white rhinos. You can tell by looking at their mouths, they have wide, broad mouths. They get their name from the Afrikaans word "vite," which means wide, because of those wide, broad mouths. And because "vite" sounds like white, that's why they chose white rhino.
There's like soupy.
I can't really see.
But look at those lines. Such
The sun's
amazing
right in my
cats.
eyes.
Now the lioness will do the hunting,
There you go.
whereas the male lions, they'll protect the pride in their territory. But when a lioness comes back with the hunt, the male lion's the first one to eat.
Oh. Oh.
Look at the lioness today, still taking a cat nap. Now, does anyone know the Swahili word for lion?
Simba.
Simba, you're correct.
I'm not sure if I'm getting it. I can't see the
Turn
sun.
over this way.
I don't know about you guys, but I think he's just kind of like looking at those rhinos, just like keeping an eye on them. I'm not sure, but
More.
just from the angle I'm looking at him,
You can see
looks
it.
like he's just looking that way.
I see nothing but the sun. Okay.
Cute.
You can also tell the age, or not exactly the age, but how old the male lions are by looking at their manes. The older they get, not only do their manes get longer, but they also get darker. And up ahead, I see some warthogs. There's a couple warthogs. I see an ostrich out in the distance and a zebra out in the distance too. So we're getting a whole bunch of animals over here. Now warthogs are going to be on your left-hand side. They're one of the largest burrowing animals in the world. They'll even take over other animals' burrows. It looks like one was rolling around in the mud too. Now, I heard someone say Pumbaa. Do you know what Pumbaa means? Nope, not warthog. It means pig.
You can be a big pig too.
Oh, where'd all the rhino go? Oh, looks like they're going back over by the Kobe formation that we just came from, but there's still one over there hanging out. Oh, there's some ostrich eggs over here. It would make sense because the ostriches aren't too far away.
Right there.
Largest bird in the world are ostrich. Flightless as well. Only way you'll see one of these birds fly is on a plane. Look at the zebra, those are pretty cool animals. Known for their stripes, these are actually common zebra, also known as plains zebra. How you can tell is if you look at their stripes, they go right up and under their belly. They're the only type of zebra where the stripes will go all the way under them. This one looks a little bit bumpy though. Oh yeah, it's very bumpy. So keep your eyes peeled. I know that Okapi was kind of up in the open, but you never know if there's going to be something else hiding out. Oh, here's an amazing animal. My favorite antelope. It's a scimitar horned oryx. They get their name from the shape of their horns, kind of resemble the shape of a scimitar. They can actually go 9 months of the year without water. Got some big birds over by them too. Those birds that are on the lungs, those are yellow-billed stork. They eat just about anything that fits in their mouth, whether it be a frog, lizard, snake, fish, even a smaller bird. Whatever fits the bill. Station there, which would make sense when we're not seeing too many more animals, but we did get to see a lot of amazing animals. Some rare ones too, like the okapi and that scimitar horned oryx. Those are rare sights indeed. But you never know what you're going to find on a safari, because the animals have their own agenda. It's even harder to find these animals outside the reserves too though. phone is a big deal because there's a mineral in your cell phone called coltan, which is mined in rocky areas here in Africa, like where those lions like to hang out and where the mandrills, those big old monkeys, where they like to hang out. Like those kind of rocky areas is where coltan normally resides. So if we recycle our cell phones, those animals have more environment to live and thrive in. So we are definitely back at the Harambe village.